1 and Thing 2 are twins from the Cat in the Hat book. They are wearing red jumpsuits with large fluffy blue hair, and like the cat, the things are extra dimensional beings that the three of them come to the land of humans to amuse the children of the world. They were released from a red box that the cat brought in to introduce to Conrad, Sally, and the fish, but they ended up causing mischief by flying kites into the house, which bumped the walls and also knocked everything down in their path. But Conrad was able to stop the things with the net, and then they were taken away by the cat, who put them back into the box to stop all of the chaos. Now, I always thought that there was only a Thing 1, a Thing 2, and no others, but apparently in the Dr. Seuss world there is a Thing 3 and a Thing 4, just in case the cat ever needs any extra help, which I suppose is pretty useful. But what if I told you that there are some pretty creepy legends about Thing 3? Things that would make you never ever want to meet him. The story I'm about to tell you is called The Hiding Spot. This legend starts off with a mother reading her son The Cat in the Hat book every single night. It was just the book he would always request. It was like he could never ever get bored of it. And he seemed to especially like the part where the Cat in the Hat brought in that big red box, let out Thing 1 and Thing 2. For some reason, he would just stare at each page after that for extremely long periods of time. And he wouldn't let his mom switch to the next page until he was done looking. Now, she found this very strange, but she just thought that maybe he was super fascinated by the book and needed more time to look at it. Well, Halloween came around and he told his mother that he was going to dress up as one of the characters from the book. So the mother said, let me guess, either Thing 1 or Thing 2. But the boy just looked at her confused and shook his head and said,
No, I want to be Thing 3.
So she just laughed at him at first and said that there was no Thing 3, but the boy shook his head and said that they were one of the main characters in the book. He said that on each page after the cat opens the red box, Thing 3 is hiding somewhere in the illustrations. So the mother just thought that maybe he had a very creative imagination, but for some reason that night she just could not get herself to sleep. She was just so curious about what her son had said, so she went into his room and grabbed the book. Now, the first half of the book was as she remembered, but after Thing 1 and Thing 2 appeared, her heart dropped. She peered around the pages after that to see this very eerie drawing of this creature crouched behind furniture in the house. It was wearing a red jumpsuit with the 3 on the front, with this disheveled blue hair that was falling out, and it had the widest grin imaginable. On one page it was hiding behind a chair, on another page it was hiding behind a bed, on another it was peering through a window.